sky. Rely on yourself in a way. Believe.
Word up, everybody. Today is a Thursday. It is a Thursday. And we're going to get into this video of this lady and all that stuff. I think I told you all what we're going to do. And I told you all that I had a different take on it. I told you this. I told you from the get-go that it was going to be weird. I told you that. Okay. So let's talk about it. I will be also covering Corey Miner's response to it, because I do agree with his being upset. I do. However, I have one small thing that I want to point out that I don't hear anybody else mentioning, and it's not about the young lady at all. I have no problem with the world testing the church, none at all. I just don't think she tested the church. I don't think she tested the church at all. I don't think any of the people she called, save a few that she got some good responses from, were the church. I think she called places that call themselves the church, no doubt about that. I believe that she called places that have Bibles in them. I believe she called places that had people that say they were pastors. No doubt about that. 100% that's what she did. But the majority of places that she got answers from was not the church. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there as a way for you to look at the responses, and so you're not surprised, pissed off, upset, mad about why would. Let's work through this for a minute here. Okay, let's listen real quick to Corey's initial response to her, and then we will go into her actual video, and then another guy's response to her video as well. Okay.
I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now I'm calling Cathedral of the Rockies. I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now I'm calling the church in Boise. So I'm calling your church to test if they would feed a starving baby. And right now we are calling the First Baptist Church. So I'm calling your church to test to see if they'd feed a starving baby. And right now I'm calling West End Baptist Church. So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a hungry baby.
I don't cuss. But if I did, this would be the right time.
Corey mad. He's hot. He's hot. He's hot.
There was a young lady, I think her name is Nicolea. I hope I'm saying her name right, but I don't even know if she's a Christian or not. Maybe she's just trying to do this to set out to expose people. She said that her videos have gone viral. She went from 300 or so followers, whatever you call it, on TikTok, to over 300,000 or 300,000 or something like that. I don't know what her angle is, what the rationale is, but I'm glad she did it. I am so glad she did it, and I hope that other churches recognize that what she's doing, they should be put on blast. What she's doing, she's calling around asking churches to see who really is godly, who is.
Now, this is my first little thing. I understand that in today's climate, whoever says they're a church gets called a church. I understand. I get it, that's what we have now been accepting of. The same way that when people say they're Christian, that's what we call them, Christian. But that's not how it actually works. Yet just because you say you're a church doesn't mean that you're a church. You're a meeting of people, but you're not the church at all. The church, by its very nature, has a very instant and definite, consistent response to things. That's just the nature of the church. A random place that has a bunch of people calling themselves the church has a whole different response. And that's why you have a varied responsing coming from her phone calls. So the first thing is I wouldn't call them churches. Bodies, meeting places, conglomerations. I wouldn't sully the body of Christ that way by calling these things the church or churches at all.
So, and you know what? Good for her. I love her. I don't know what it. I hope that other churches, that, by the way, some churches did pass the test. A lot didn't. Most of them didn't. But listen to this. This bothered me. Just to hear this. This bothered me.
So I'm going to be attempting to call the East Somerset Baptist Church. I tried to call there earlier, right at 9 o'clock. It was like 9:03, and they were not answering yet. So we are going to try them again and see if they answer.
Good morning, East Somerset Baptist Church.
Hi, yes. I was calling to see if you all were able to help. I have a baby, and I do not have formula for the week for her, and I was wanting to see if y'all were able to help.
They stopped doing anything out of the church office about 2 years ago. We give to some places in town that, might be able to help you, like God's Food Pantry or Perm, but they don't do anything out of the church.
Now, by the way, we're going to listen to all of this, about 2 or 3 minutes of these, so it might make your blood boil. It might bother, but it also is going to cause you to make sure that you are not like them, because don't turn around and get upset with these churches if you are the same way.
Okay. So with that being shown, and again, I have no problem with Corey's response. The wording of how we as a society and people who say we are Christian, we have to start making verbal changes so that our approach also changes. These places she's calling have called themselves the church. They have given themselves all kinds of names as a church. You will hear some very crazy names for these churches, but they all seem to have, at least at the base, one very consistent response is the passing of the buck. I will start calling it the Adam syndrome. They all seem to have the Adam syndrome. That's what it is. Passing the buck to somebody else. We don't, well, maybe, if, I don't know. Now, Corey brings up this statement of, if as long as you've done it to the least, you've done it to me. Depart from me, I didn't know you, because when I was hungry, you didn't feed me, and all this stuff. That's fine and dandy. And that is true. That is what he will tell people who pretend to be the church. But that's what they pretend to be. They are not the church. They are faux Christians. They're frauds. They are frauds. It is why people gravitated to her platform. Because for a long time, the world has been seeing what Christians fail to see. The world has been seeing what the church fails to see. For how long now have people been saying that Christians are hypocrites? Remember that statement goes around all the time, right? Christians are hypocrites. How do you think they arrived at that statement? Was it because of Christians, or was it because of people saying they're Christians? How do you become a hypocrite being a believer? How? If you really are a believer and abide and stay in Christ, how can you be seen as a hypocrite? A lot of the world is watching churches act like the world while talking as though they know God. That's been going on for years. The reason she gets a grand following now is because they finally see somebody putting them in the public sphere on camera. On camera. That's crazy work. I'm going to ask you to clarify your statement because I don't want to take you wrong, Derek. But I really need you to clarify this particular statement here. I have no problem with how that church does it. As an elder at a church, it would be wasteful for the church to have formula, etc. That would spoil when a Christian parachurch organization passes out food. It'd be wasteful for you to have formula at the church. Let me just check something real quick here. I just want to see something. Just give me a second. I'm just verifying. I just want to see something. I want to check and see. I'm checking to see one very important thing here. Okay, so baby formula in the powdered shelf life is 12 to 18 months. 12 to 18 months. Now, if your church has baby formula on hand, it wouldn't be wasteful, especially if your doors were open to the public. If word went out that your church does have formula on hand, I highly doubt that it would be wasting because it probably won't sit there very long, especially if it's free. So again, maybe you can clarify what you mean since you're an elder at your church. Just curious. We had food stored at our church and it would spoil because few people came to our church to pick up food, even when we had food drives. Derek, I don't think you're recognizing something, and I don't want to be mean. But what was it about your place, your church, that made people not want to come there, even when you offered food? Just a question. What you don't see that as a red flag? You're offering food during a food drive and nobody comes? You don't find that a problem? Derek, be honest. You don't find that as a problem? As an elder, you don't find that as you don't see an issue with that? I just want to know. I mean, I see a very big problem with it, but maybe you don't. Maybe you don't see it as an issue. But I just want to know if you don't see a problem with your statement. – . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . I'll let you think about that and see how you answer. In the meantime, I'll let her talk.
So I'm about to call and test your church to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now,
I don't want to pause it.
church in Belleville, Ohio. So let's see if they would be willing to help feed a starving.
I don't know why it's so quiet. There is a massive parachurch ministry called Frederick Rescue Mission, which passes out food all the time. So why are you having food drives? But I asked you a very specific question. Do you not find that a problem? Do you not see the issue at hand here? Maybe you don't, and if you don't, that's fine. But I really want to know if you don't see the problem with people feeling as though they can't come, or at minimum, they don't come. Have you asked yourself why they wouldn't? There must be something that's a problem that you're not seeing. I'm just trying to have the conversation. I'm not trying to come at you at all. There should be an environment at the church, not your church. I noticed that you said your church, the church where you're an elder. There should be an environment that should supersede that of the location that has that para church. I'm not even sure what a para church is. I don't even know how y'all come up with these terms. Let me see what they say a para church is. Para church organizations are Christian faith-based organizations that work outside and across denominations to engage in social welfare and evangelism. Parachurch organizations seek to come alongside the church and specialize in things that individual churches may not be able to specialize in by themselves. How are you not able to specialize in them? I'm so confused about all of your reasonings that it's mind numbing. Because I'm honestly confused. Okay, I really am, because maybe, just maybe, I'm slow on this, but it doesn't seem like you actually have a church. That's not the church, bro. I hate to break the news to you, but that's not the church. In the church, you're supposed to be the feeder, not some other entity. We are giving, since exactly, what do you mean exactly? That since we are already giving money to that ministry, why would we as a church also do this? Ain't no way there's no way as an elder you type that out. There is no way as an elder you took your time and typed that out. I'm gonna read it though. Wow. Since we are already giving money to that ministry, why would we as a church also do the same? We spend time at the ministry, but we are not big enough but you're big enough to give them money. If you're big enough to give the money, then you should be big enough to keep the money and do it yourself. What are you talking about? No. That's your individual job. Your individual job is to preach the gospel. Do you read the book? Do you read the Bible? Do you read it? Do you read the Bible? Derek, I have to know, do you read? What did the church do? Answer me this one question. What did the church do? You tell me, what did the church do? I can't wait for you to answer me this. What did the church do? In the word, what did the church do? Bet. Bet. What did the church do? I want to know what you say the church do. And I bet you're going to have an answer for that too. What did the church do? In the Bible, what did the members of the church do? What was their number one thing that they did? I want you to tell me that. This ought to be good. Very, very good. Thank you. The link's there. The link's there, buddy. Click on it if you wish. I cannot wait to get this answer. Go for it. I'll mute up. You tell me the answer what a church does.
What did you say? What an actual church does? The first thing the church does is to preach the gospel and to train the believers in the church on the actual Bible. So the first thing the church does is, because the actual church is about itself, briefing and teaching the elders should teach the shepherd, should shepherd the flock and feed the flock. That's the first thing the church does. That's its primary job. All right. The secondary job is to feed people. Let's take that back. That's one of the jobs of the church, is to help feed people. But a church, how big you think our church is? Our church is only 75 people. We're not that big. We can't feed all of Frederick County, Maryland. Are you kidding me? So what we have is we support organizations that do that. That's almost like saying, we should be helping out life. But we can't set up a huge missionary group with a large organization called family. I forget what it's called, but basically the opposite against Planned Parenthood. They have we support that organization so that they could go against Planned Parenthood, but we ourselves can't do that. Or we're supposed to do counseling, but me and my pastors can't handle all the counseling all together. We do initial counseling, but then we give the people that actually specialize in biblical counseling. That's what the church should do. So we're a small church. We feed what we can. We do what we can. But when we have parachurch ministries like Frederick Rescue Ministry, which has a huge facility that's feeding people all the time. They cook, they provide clothes, they do all the good stuff like that. What we do is since we try to do the same thing, but we had some food it was just not beneficial for us to do it. So our thought was, let's support that particular parachurch ministry so they can be able to be more effective. We would go down and provide them support and provide them what's the word? Hands-on ministry. But why would we try to do exactly the same thing they're doing?
So give me verses for all the things you just said the church should be doing.
The church should be that. Are you telling me I need to give you a verse for understanding how the church is supposed to guard the flock?
Yeah, because that's where you get the instruction from, isn't that the word, or you just figured out yourself?
Well, no, it's not that. I'm pretty sure if you actually look at our First and Second Timothy, you learn that the church
Okay,
is supposed
First
to
and Second
guard,
Timothy, what?
guard the flock,
Okay,
especially
so give me a
elders.
verse.
Right?
I did want a verse.
I don't have the verse off my
But you're
head.
an elder. But
but-
you're an elder.
Yeah, I could be an elder, but I'm running around doing a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't mean I'm always sitting with the Bible and I'm actually listening to you. So it's not like I'm actually always sitting with the Bible. I'm on my lap the entire day. Does that mean same thing?
It probably should
So-
mean that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I'm only an elder, not a pastor. I mean, even a pastor wouldn't be able to quote if they're actually tied up doing something. I wouldn't expect my pastor to sit here and quote me scripture. But if we wanted to really talk about that, the guard shepherd of flock, I believe is probably 1 Timothy chapter 5. It might be 1 Timothy chapter. It might be 2 Timothy chapter 2, but I remember it's near the end of one of those books. So
What did the church do in Acts?
Acts. Oh, yeah. Partly, here's the problem with Acts. Acts is didactic, not prescriptive, right?
Okay,
Is that
wasn't the
correct?
question. That
Is
wasn't
that
the
correct?
question. That-
Hold
but
on,
that
you're going to
wasn't the
talk
question.
about. You asked me something, but
No,
you're
no,
going to
no.
ask about.
Whoa,
No,
whoa,
no, no,
whoa.
no.
Hey,
Hold
it's
on.
my platform. I just asked
It
you a
is-
question. What
it
did
is-
they do? I didn't ask you whether it applied to us or not. Did I ask that?
But it's important because
Did I ask if it applied to us? Yes or no?
okay,
Did
Go.
I or not? Yes or no? Did I ask
you
if it
did.
applied to us? Did I ask that?
you didn't. But
Okay, what was my question?
you said what the church doesn't act.
No, answer the question. What did the church do in Acts?
The church in Acts.
I don't know why you're laughing.
Which one?
This is a
Which
serious
one? Which
conversation.
church? Which church?
Acts 2. What did the church do in Acts 2?
Which church? Which church? So you say the Jerusalem church in Acts.
Bro.
Jerusalem church in Acts, right? Is that one you're talking
What
about?
did they do? What did they do?
When they gave the funding to everybody
What
gave the money.
did they do? Yes. What did they do?
Okay, everybody gave the money and everybody sold off money and gave it to the
Sold off
church. Right?
Everything they had, right?
Correct.
Okay. How is that only prescriptive?
What happened later on to that same church?
I'm asking you,
What was
how is
wrong?
it
The rules-
prescriptive?
So
How
it
is
is
it only
prescriptive.
prescriptive?
It is. So Acts is a historical passage. So it's prescriptive, not it's descriptive, not prescriptive. However, if you look at Acts and you see that the church in Jerusalem did all of that, they did basically what I would call a communist activity.
A
Did they
communist
actually have to
activity?
be? Yes, because they basically sold all their funding and gave it to the church,
Is that
and
what
now
communism
everybody needed food. Did they not need food?
that
Did
what
not other
communism is?
churches?
Is that what communism is?
Is that what not communist
That is
centralized
not what
planning?
communism. Obviously, you don't know what communism is.
It's communism centralized planning.
No,
It's not centralized planning.
no.
What is it?
Are you educated? I have to ask.
I am
'cause you don't
educated.
sound
I
like
mean,
you
you're
are.
asking me what
You
communism
brought
is.
up
Please tell
communism
me.
and you don't know
You
communism.
tell me. I know what communism is. Communism clearly is
Who's the
centralized
head of
planning,
who
specifically,
who rules in communism? Who rules?
obviously, the government, the state.
Is that how it works in the church?
No, it shouldn't work like
It's
that in
not
church.
communistic. What are you talking about?
It is definitely communistic if everybody's so.
Yeah.
All right. Let's walk through Acts. Let's walk through Acts so that we'll learn what happened in Acts. Well, Acts 3, 4.
It's amazing
Learn
that you
what
don't,
happened to the
you don't
first.
know the other roles of the church. When I asked you, you said you don't sit with the Bible.
So wait a minute. So let's go through Acts.
All right,
Let's
cool,
go through
Elder. Let's go
Jerusalem
through
Church.
Acts. Let's go through Acts.
Let's
Go,
go
go,
through
Elder.
Jerusalem
Go.
Church.
Go,
Jerusalem
Elder.
Church gave all their money to the gave all their money away.
Hmm.
What happened to them later on in Acts? What
No, you
what
tell
did
me.
Paul
I'm the
have
dummy.
to
Go
do?
ahead. You're the elder.
What
I'm the
did Paul
dummy. Go
have to
ahead.
do? What did Paul have to
I'm
do?
the dummy. You tell me.
He had to raise money because everybody was losing money. Nobody had money in Jerusalem
Which verse,
Church.
which verse does it say that?
All throughout Acts,
No.
the later
Which
part
verse
of
does
Acts.
it say that they were losing
All
money?
throughout later Acts.
Which verse does it say they were losing money and somebody had to step in to do something? That's what you just said. Which verse?
I did. I know I just said that.
Where
It
does
is
it say it?
through Acts. Do we need to go back and look at Second Corinthians
We talking about
and
Acts.
look at?
Tell me where it is.
It is throughout Acts. It is throughout Acts. It's
So
Acts.
throughout Acts, the entire
Yes.
book of Acts, they kept hemorrhaging money, and it puts it in there. They say that in there.
They don't say it in there, but it's
Oh, so how did you get
implied.
that idea?
It
How did
is
you get that
definitely
idea?
implied because
How is it implied?
Paul had to raise money
Where?
for the church.
Where?
Are you kidding me?
Show me
Why do you
where.
think- I just told you where it was in
You said
First,
all
Second
through Acts.
Corinthians.
So
It's in,
all through
it's in
Acts.
Second Corinthians. It's in Second Corinthians.
You said all through Acts they were raising money. Where in Acts were they raising money?
They were raising money in the second half of the third missionary journey. They had to bring money back.
What chapter?
Let me go back and look at my church. What you call it? But it's definitely throughout in the teens of Acts.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely. You know why? Because in First and Second Corinthians, you see when Paul actually had to tell the Corinthians who had money to put money aside for the church
in
Jerusalem.
Is that?
Did he not say that? Did he not say that? Huh?
Where in Acts? We're talking about Acts. Where in Acts is it that you get that information from? That's what you said. I'm going by what you said. Now you're changing your tongue to Corinthians.
I'm not changing my tone. I'm not changing my tone. I'm not changing my tone. I'm about to go to
where in Acts?
Hold on. Let me get to the Bible, and then I will definitely get you to Acts.
That'd be amazing if you could do that, please. Yes.
So it's definitely in First, Second Corinthians. It's definitely in Second Corinthians, chapter 8 and chapter 9.
No. Don't. Again, Acts. You said it was in Acts.
I mean,
you said it was in Acts.
Let's go to Acts. Let's go to Acts. Oh, Lord Jesus.
You said throughout the whole of Acts, they were raising money because they were hemorrhaging it. Where is that in Acts?
They were definitely hemorrhaging.
Where is it in Acts? Show it to me.
Acts.
I don't know how you made it to eldership, but you don't belong there.
How do you know that?
Because you don't know the Bible.
How do you know that? You don't know the Bible.
You're proving it right now.
Don't know the Bible. If you don't know the Acts that Paul had to raise money,
that's how you've been saying Acts the whole time.
You truly don't know the Acts that Paul raised money for the Jerusalem.
In Acts is he raising money? Show me. I don't want to take your word for it.
I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. If you read the Bible, you would know this.
Your talk. Show me in the book.
Okay, hold on. Sometime there passed away successfully. An element might have been instructed by the way of the Lord, the Spirit. Let's see. But as it was saying, definitely in Second Corinthians, they raised money for the people in Second Corinthians. Okay, upper regions came to fetus. Baptism, synagogue. After he purposed the Spirit to go to Jerusalem, after he passed through, saying, "There have been there, also must you Rome." No small distance away. I remember that. Nope. Feel the rage. I will definitely find it for you, and I will send it to you. It is definitely inside of
You're stupid. I can't deal with stupid no more. I can only tolerate stupid and belligerent so long. I can't do it. My brain cells are going to fry, and I'm going to say something out of pocket, and then everybody going to think I'm just the mean one. I can't do this no more. You're not an elder. You should never have been an elder. There is nothing about you that screams elder. You don't know nothing about the book you're talking about. Am I supposed to just sit with the Bible all the time? Yeah. You call yourself an elder. How in the world are you getting the title elder and don't know the word? How? You want to know why people view the church the way they do? People like you, worthless, shiftless, looking for titles all day long. All you want is a title. I am an elder. Oh, we got there's only 75 of us. We can't do nothing. But you got enough money to hand to somebody else. All of y'all sit around all day. You don't have enough money to pull together as the church and do something. No, you're going to hand it off to somebody else to do. Why would I do it? As an elder, you literally came up here to tell me why should we do it? Someone else is doing it already. No wonder people don't go. No wonder. elder. Elder what? Elderly? Mentally elderly? Oh, the church is first the things and no wonder people hate what we call the church. No wonder. It's people like you calling yourself an elder. It's definitely in all of Acts. Where in Acts? Throughout the Acts. And no, really throughout Acts. Where in Acts? Okay, I'll find it for you right here. But in Corinthians, y'all always want to deflect. Let me up so I can talk. You mean let you up so you can stutter? Stutter your way through something you never read. But you counsel people? What the heck do you counsel people on? Fried chicken? How to properly gain diabetes? What do you counsel anybody on? You got all the money to be absolutely obese on camera, but you don't got enough money to hand to people that need food. You hoard it all. Elder. Elder of what? And you have the nerve to get on here and actually tell people everybody else is doing it. Why do we need to do it? Our job is just to tell the gospel. That's all we do. On occasion we'll feed some people, but that's not our job. That's everybody else's job. No wonder this lady did what she did. Y'all are sick.
Baby. And their About Me says, Storyside Church is a vibrant and welcoming community that believes in the power of personal stories and the transformative love of God.
I'm going to bring up this other one. Hang on.
Hi, this is Katie with Storyside Church.
Hi, I was calling to see if y'all could help with formula at all. I have a 2-month-old baby and we ran out last night, so she's been going all day without anything to eat.
Oh, I hear you. Where are you located?
I'm only like 20 minutes from you all.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me ask her and see what we can do.
Okay, thank you.
Are you able to stop by the church?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. If you stop by around 1 p.m., then we can have that ready for you.
Okay. Can I say something real quick? Sorry. Hey.
And there is the response every last one of the people that claim their churches should have. Instantaneous action. In today's climate, there should be no excuse. None. You have Cash App, you have PayPal, you have Instacart, you got Uber, you got Uber Eats. There is no excuse. If someone like this calls you, I don't care what they wanted. This nonsensical answer of, well, there's a place down the road, you can go do it. They're not the church. And that dude that was up here is not an elder. I don't know how they come by these titles. The passing off of the buck because, hey, I simply don't have the time for that. I don't have the energies and I don't have the money. But we give money to other people to do it for us. I mean, they're already doing it, so why should we? I don't know, maybe because you call yourself the body. Maybe, just maybe, because that's your role.
Hello? So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now I'm calling Cathedral of the Rockies in Boise, Idaho.
She's had 9 yeses to 33 no's. 9 to 33. 9. Do you know how sickening that is? Do you know how absolutely deplorable that is? Do you know? Oh my gosh. Nine.
So let's see if they would help feed a starving baby.
Thank you for calling Cathedral of the Rockies. If you have an extension number, you can enter it at any time during this message. Otherwise, you can press 1 to reach the main reception desks, press 2 if you are in need of pastoral care, or press 3 if you'd like to reach our Amity campus located at 4464.
Let's do 1.
Good morning, Cathedral of the Rockies. This is Gail. How may I help you?
Hey, yeah. I don't know if y'all can help or not, but I was just curious if y'all could help with like a can of formula, like baby formula.
Boy, I don't see any back in our closet. We do have diapers, but we don't have formula.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way y'all could get just like a small can of baby formula?
Not that I'm aware of. No, sweetie. Sorry.
Okay, because like I have a 2-month-old and she's been without since like last night, and I've been calling everywhere, and they're just telling me to call churches.
Yeah. Oh, golly, I'm sorry.
Let me see something here. $40. Okay. In Idaho, $40 is what it would say for her to just offer to buy the lady or send her some money to pay for the formula or offer to get Instacart to do it. But the way the church is set up now, this is how it's set up. You have a secretary, then you have a secretary of finance, and then the secretary of finance has to talk to another pastor of finance who then talks to the pastor, and they have to have a meeting over how the money should go and whether or not it should go to that person, and if this person should be more important than the other person to get that money. 4 different layers of security, like you're some kind of stinking bank. When the very first thing out of that secretary's mouth should be, where are you exactly? Do you have Cash App? Do you mind if I Instacart this to you? That should be the very first response. Okay, so you got none in the pantry. Perfect. Now you know exactly what you don't have. Now you know how to go about it. But no. Because the church finances are wrapped up in other crap that has nothing to do with lost people. It doesn't even have to do with the members. The average church today does not even take care of members. You give money, it doesn't come back to you. You give tithing, it doesn't come to help you with rent. You give money to the church on a consistent basis, it doesn't help you with your light or your power bill or with food. They don't care. There are members in churches today, I use that term very loosely, in what they call churches today, that have absolutely nothing. The pastor, though, he got all kinds of wonderful stuff. He got himself a house, and a nice house. Sometimes too much house for the kind of family he has. He has the car, a functioning good car. Meanwhile, Sister So-and-so is struggling with this beat up Pinto that she got from a sale somewhere in the countryside, running on one spare tire and the other four are bald, and it's wintertime. And not a single individual in that particular church can pool money to buy the lady a $1,000, $1,200 car. They don't do that. They don't have a collection on Sunday so that everybody can pool money in and buy the lady a car. They won't do that. They won't have a collection on Sunday to see who has rent due and see if they can pool the money together so everybody can have rent. They don't do that. They don't pool the money together to see if anybody has a need. Their light bill's about to get come due. Their light's about to go off. Water's about to go off. They got garbage piled up. No one even volunteers to go to the house to help them clean. Body, though. They function like this. You walk and your feet are dirty. And your hand says, you know what? I don't feel like cleaning you right now. I'm good. I'll just keep my hand off. I don't need to clean you. I mean, I'm sure somebody else will come along and do it, some other body part. That's how they function now. What fast food joint gets your patronage every day? What fast food joint gets your patronage every day for you to be looking the way you look? What member in your church is starving while you feed yourself to fatness? What member in your church is struggling to make it while you have all your posters up of your favorite team? What member in your church right now is struggling to make ends meet and you do nothing for him? What member is doing that? Do you even know? You probably know as much as you know about the Bible. Elder. Tell me how you got that title of elder. Who gave you the title of elder? Huh? Who gave you the title of elder? Who? Let me give you all an example of what elders are supposed to do. And you tell me if the person that was on screen fits this description. All right, you tell me if this is what he fits. Capable men from all the people, men who fear God, trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain, and appoint them as official over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens, and make them served as judges. Does he seem to fit any of that? Did anyone appoint you as an elder because you were trustworthy? Or they just needed some seats filled and you could house 2 seats at once? Are you able to teach? Obviously not, because you don't know the word. You have no clue. You are asked about the role of the church and you couldn't biblically show anybody anything. As an elder, you could not even remotely tell me anything about the word. I asked you, show me in the word. I got to show you from the word I got to show you that? Why I got to show you from the word? Huh? Or do you want me to show you from the word what my role is? Yeah. You want me to show you from the word what the church's role is? Yeah. But you got a problem with that. How would an elder? You didn't say that? You didn't? All right, bet. You want to play this game? Let's play the game, buddy. Let's play the game. Oh, let's play this game. I can't wait. Let's play it. Not only do you have obesity, you have dementia too. So let's play the game, Mr. Dementia. Let's play the game, Mr. Dementia. Let's play that game. You say you didn't say it, right? So hold on. You're an elder, right? You don't lie. I want to make sure you don't lie. You're an elder. Cool. I bet. Let me bring up the live, since you say you did not say that. I'm going to find where you first came in. You say you didn't say it. All right, cool. I can't wait. Right? I can't wait. You say you didn't say it. Now remember, people, he said he didn't say it, right? That's what he say? He didn't say it? Cool.
And the believers in help feed people.
When you get my question asked.
Elders, right?
Give me verses for all the things you just said the church should be doing.
The church should be that. Are you telling me I need to give you a verse for understanding how the church is supposed to guard the flock?
That wasn't you. That wasn't you. That wasn't you. You telling me I got to give you verses for how the flock got out? That wasn't you. Huh? That wasn't you. Lying sack of crap. That wasn't you. That's somebody else on the screen, right? That's some other Eagle fan. That's somebody else. That wasn't you at all. No, at all. Wasn't you. You never said, I got to show you verses for that. That wasn't you. We're deaf now, right? We didn't hear and see you say it. That wasn't you. That was your doppelganger, right? That was your alternate self. That wasn't you. Good try. Dummy, good try. The question was to show me. I got to show you that? Why else would I ask the question, slow one? You are proving to everyone why that lady was right in doing what she did. You are proving to everyone that watches this later why that woman was 100% right in doing what she did, and why the people that say they're the church are not the church. You are not the church. You are not a believer. You're a sick, sad individual. You're a money grubber. You're gluttonous. You want other people to do what you are unwilling to do. You say you're an elder and can't give me one verse verbatim of anything you believe. Oh, it's somewhere in the it's somewhere in there. It's in Acts, all through Acts. I just have to look at you, Derek, and I can tell that you're a money grubber. Everything about your room is opulence, to the point where you even have your name on the wall, Perry. You live in lavish. But hey, at least you give money to somebody else to do something that you can't do. You're home. You seem like you're home. In the middle of the day, you home. So you either work from home, which is pretty rich, but you also seem to have time on your hands. As an elder, I would think that you might be down at the building, waiting for somebody to walk in the church to be ministered to. You ain't doing that. You didn't sell off all you had. You didn't even sell off half. Heck, you probably didn't sell nothing, unless it's of course to get money to do something. Maybe buy some more Eagles gear. Go get some tickets to go see the Eagles play. Pay for NFL Plus, Disney Plus. All your subscriptions that you got to keep going. Did I get that right? Did I get that right? You don't got no time though, right? As an elder, you don't got time to be sitting with the Bible all day long. There's a thing called audio. I don't know if you heard about it, but it utilizes your hearing. Okay? Audio utilizes your hearing, and there is a format in which on your phone, which is kind of cool, on your phone, you can actually listen to the word. Let me give you an example here real quick. Hold on. Let me show you something. There's an app, okay, on your phone that you can download. It's a Bible. You've heard of Bible? A Bible app. Okay, so let me show you something real quick. I know this might be foreign to you. I know it might be foreign to you. So let's do this. I'm going to go to, let me select one that has a audio. Let's go with the King James Version, right? And this is what you can do, which is weird, right? Let me show you what you can do. You can select a passage, any passage you want. Let's go to, or the one that you hate so much. Let's go to Acts. Let's go to Acts 2. All right, let's go to Acts 2 and see what Acts 2 can do. Shake my head. I'm surprised you can. I do work for a living. I'm just off today, and you should be down at the building helping people. You should be down at the building helping people as an elder. Set an example. Set an example, Derek. You see here, you can put it like that, and then you can press 1. And when you press the verse you want, then you can press play down here like that. Let me put up the volume so you can hear. See, volume up and press play.
Acts 2. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place.
Ain't that weird that you can just put that on in your headphones and listen to the word? You don't got time, though, to be sitting with the word all day long. Not you. Not you at all. No. Man, just go do your work in your house and get out of here. Just go do what you got to do and get out of here. Go. I don't want to be the one responsible for you not getting your honey-do list done. Go and do what your wife tell you to do and just leave the platform. All right? Because you're definitely not doing what God asked you to do. So go do what your wife told you to do like a good little beta male. Go do your chores. Go do your chores. And then when you're done, use the money that you would for your Eagle subscription and go buy you a gym membership and lose some of that weight. Then take the money that you would be spending on Burger King and McDonald's and give it to somebody who could actually use it. That's what I got to tell you to do. Take your gluttonous behind and go do something better with your life. But you're definitely not an elder. You guys are the reason people don't want to go to church. That's why they got to find alternate ways of finding God, because they can't find it in you. You don't exemplify anything to do with him. You'd much rather pass the buck to everybody else. Somebody else is doing it. I can't right now. Go invest your time in something more productive. Something that will prolong your life and not end it before you hit 55. I don't know how you all live with yourself. Like, I really don't know. You genuinely took the time to tell people that other people are doing it. We don't have to. Then the king shall answer to them and say, verily, verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as you've done it to the one of the least of my brethren, you've done it to me. Then they shall say unto him, when did we see you hungry? Oh, I don't remember seeing you hungry or thirsty or something. I look. The more I look around, the more perverse I realize how people have taken the church to be. They've taken this idea of church as a business model. What's efficient? What's more lucrative? What's more money efficient? How can we save money? How can we best spend the money? How can we make sure it's accurately put out there? Did he ask you to do any of that? Or did he say, freely you have been given, freely give? Did he ask you to relegate? Did he ask you to vet? No. Never did he ask you to do any of that. Not once. But y'all take it upon yourself to decide with God's goods how it should be divvied up, and when, and to whom, and to if. Everything from your personal to the whole collective church funds, y'all get to decide it. We have a treasury, and the treasury gets to decide how the money is divvied up. That is some diabolical stuff, bro. But understand this, I am glad he showed up. I am so glad he showed up. He is proving this woman to be 100% right. 100% right. The modern iteration of what they call the church is nothing more than a panhandling schemer. And with many words, he testified and exhorted them, saying, "Be saved from this perverse generation." Then those who gladly received his words were baptized, and that day about 3,000 souls were added to them. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and in fellowship, and in the breaking of bread and in prayers. Then fear come upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were done through the apostles. Now all who believed were together and had all things in common, and sold their possessions and goods, and divided them among all as anyone had need. So continuing daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from the house to house, they ate their food with gladness and simplicity of heart, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church daily those who were being saved. But y'all much rather just have and have and have and have and have and have and have. Just look at how you carry yourself, bro. As an elder, you got a lot. Sell the Eagles jersey. Go ahead. Sell the Eagles jersey. Sell all your Eagles paraphernalia today. I bet you won't. I bet I will make you I will issue a challenge. Sell all the unnecessary things that you have. As an elder, sell it all. Sell all the Eagle paraphernalia, sell all of the football stuff, sell it all and give it to the poor. Go ahead. Forget the parachurch. Sell all that Eagle stuff, gather that money, and just go to a homeless shelter and start handing out bills. I bet you won't do it. I bet you won't do it. Remember, you're the elder. You should be leading by example. Better yet, quit doing what you're doing at the house. It can wait. Go out in the street and go person to person. You don't even got to record it. Just go person to person and ask them if they need some food and just buy them lunch. Find somebody homeless and just go buy them lunch. Go do it. But even better, you got stuff to do around the house, right? Go hire somebody on the street looking for jobs. I'm sure they have this. Bring them to the house. Bring them to your house. Have them do the job and pay them for it. And feed them. Feed them while they're there. Give them a meal and pay them. and send them off. Mr. Elder, go spend the money on jackets and cold weather gear, snow pants, and give it to the homeless. You, nobody else, you. Go do it. I guarantee you will never do that. Or you'll say, I already did that once. I mean, there's Goodwill. Goodwill's already doing it. Why should I do it? Salvation Army is there. Why should I be doing what the Salvation Army does? Blah, 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 blah. That's Derek. That's the modern elder. But they're not the church. These people are not the church. Stop calling them that. They're not the church. They're charlatans. They're liars. They will never do it because somebody else already is. You didn't think about that idea before? We are doing that now. And I didn't ask you about the church. I said you. I said you, not the church, not anybody else. You like to include everybody in doing stuff. You. Nobody else. All by your lonesome. You, yourself, and you. Just go do it yourself. You don't need nobody else to do it. Ain't nobody else can sell your Eagles gear. You have to do that. Nobody else is going to handle your money. You do that. Don't ask for somebody else to go do it with you. Go do it yourself. Mr. Elder. Mr. I'm an elder. Go elder. What you need everybody else for? Why you need everybody in the church to come with you? What, you're afraid? You're afraid of people? You're scared? You're scared to walk the street? Or you just want other people to come and lose what they got to so you can say, I see everybody. Why don't you just go sell what you got? Just go sell it. You don't need it. No. Go sell your stuff. Don't keep passing the buck. I am. But I'm also a part of the church that does not have food readily available. And I don't care about your point. Go sell your stuff. The church don't have it. Good. If the church don't have it, perfect. That makes it even better. You could have it. You got the money. You got the paraphernalia. Go sell it. Now you got the cash. You got cash now. Mad cash. You got cash money. Now you have the food readily available. You got a car, don't you? You got a car? I'm assuming you got a nice car. I'm going to assume that you got something like based on all your gear, I'm going to say you got yourself at minimum, a 2021 model car. At minimum. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it has way less than 100,000 miles on it too. That's my prediction. That's what I get from you. 2021 and above model. Pretty nice. You got the Eagles gear. I mean, that shirt alone probably cost you about $80. Easily. Like NFL gear is not cheap. I don't know if y'all ever bought NFL gear. I don't know how many of you've ever bought it, especially for a hot team. That ain't cheap. That ain't cheap. Yep. 129, 79, even a couple of years ago, that would still be in the 50s. Go sell it. If it's a 20-year-old shirt, if that's a 20-year-old shirt, that's worth mad money now because the Eagles are killing it. Go sell it. I notice you keep avoiding the idea of parting with it. Go sell it. Go sell it. I don't care who's on the shirt. Go sell it. If it's a Deshaun Jackson, that's vintage, especially when Vic was playing. What? That first game where he came out, first play, what was it, a 90-yard play, foop down the field? Man, you'd be making some good cash. Go sell it. At minimum, you could buy 2 bottles of formula. Go sell the shirt. Sell the shirt and any other paraphernalia you have for football. Just that. That's all I'm asking. Just the football stuff. Sell the football stuff. Sell the football stuff, and then take that money that you get. Don't touch it. That's for other people. Take that money, go on the street, and buy homeless people food. Rinse, repeat. When you get your paycheck, portion out $200. I'm sure you get probably around 4 to 4.5K a month in pay since you work from home. Even if you don't work from home, I'm sure you get about 4K to 5K a month. Portion out $150 to $200 a month and go on the street and just start buying people some food. Lead by example. You know what might happen? You might start a revolution in your church. All 79 people. Imagine you decide to do that, and 79 people decide, man, our pastor and our elders are really killing. Man, they're doing stuff. What have we been doing? Nothing. And they decide, I got stuff I can sell. And they go sell stuff and start doing the same thing for the homeless. Then the next time you guys have a food drive, everybody is coming. These people really care. They've been selling their stuff and just giving it away. But you won't do that. You won't lead by example because somebody else is doing it already. Forgo that next Starbucks. Forgo the next run to McDonald's. And the next time you go to McDonald's, give that meal you would have bought to somebody right next to this out in the street. You're an elder. You're an elder. There'll be people like this lady, whether her motives are good or not, whether she had ill intent or not. She's proving something. She's proving that the modern iteration of the church is nothing more than a lie. Here we go. See what I told you? Or I don't need to do all that. Or I could just go where the homeless is, the parachurch mission, and serve there. I'll just serve there. Do you see it now? That's like the rich young ruler. Go and sell all you got and then come back and follow me. Man, that's a hard teaching. Not if I could do that. I'm back. Nah, I can't do that. Or, hear me out, or Derek loved them Eagles stuff, bro. He can't part with himself. He cannot part with that Eagles gear. No, well, hear me out. Or here's a novel idea. I'll just go serve. That's all. Look, at least I'm doing something right. I'm serving. Ooh-wee. My goodness. People, look, we are the church. And if we cannot show the world what the church does not somebody else. We are not doing what we were called and built to do. And I dare say, if you're unwilling to, you might not be the church. It might not be. If your every turn is to try and find a way to not, you might want to rethink what you think you are. Derek is a prime example of how the modern church relegates worthless men to positions to do nothing but have a title. They don't do anything to do with that title. It's just held by them, and they do the bare minimum, and they consider themselves great men of God. They don't ever indulge themselves and engulf themselves in the word as they're supposed to, as that title suggests. No, I can't be sitting around with the Bible all the time. Who does that? We can't do it here. We're too small. So we give what money we could be doing it on our own to other people. Oh, no, you're definitely worthless, Derek. 1,000,000,000% worthless. Shiftless and worthless. Yeah. And I'll stand 10 toes down on that. Because you are in a position that you should never be in. You don't belong there. You don't study to show yourself approved of that position. You couldn't answer anything from the word. You had to hunt and then deflect and then tell me, I'll send it to you later. You don't deserve the position they gave you. You don't. So yeah, you are worthless. And you're not even worthless in the right way. You can give, watch. I can, but it literally is in 2 Corinthians. Let's do something here. Let's do something here. Second Corinthians what, Derek? 2 Corinthians what? I'll give you one more shot to prove you know the Bible. 2 Corinthians what? And if you take more than 3 minutes to answer this question, it must mean that you're now looking it up. 2 Corinthians what? Second Corinthians 7 through 9. Two chapters. Okay, let's do that. 2 Corinthians 7. Let's go to 7. So let's see what 7 entails, the joy of Titus. So 7, what's 8? Excel in giving. Let's go to 8. 8 sounds like it might be it. Moreover, brethren, we make known to you the grace of God bestowed to the churches of Macedonia, that in the great trial of affliction and abundance of their joy and deep poverty abounded in the riches of their liberality. For I bear witness that according to their ability, yes, and beyond their ability, they were freely willing, imploring us with much urgency that we would receive the gift and the fellowship of the ministering of the saints. And not only us, not only as we had hoped, but they gave themselves to the Lord and then to us by the will of God. So we urged Titus that he had begun, so we would also complete this grace to you as well. But as you abound in everything, in faith, in speech, in knowledge, in diligence, and in the love for us, we see that you abound in Christ also. So let's go to 16. That says something about the collection. Let's go to there. But thanks be to God who puts the same earnest care for you into the hearts of Titus. For he not only accepted exhortation, but being more diligent, he went to you on his own accord. And we have sent him as a brother whose praise is in the gospel throughout all the churches. And not only that, but who was also chosen by the churches to travel with us with this gift, which is administered to us by the glory of the Lord himself, and to show your ready mind, avoiding this, that anyone should blame us in the lavish gift which was administered by us, providing honorable things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men. And we have sent with them our brother, whom we have whom often proved diligent in many things, but now much more diligent because of the great confidence which we have in you. If anyone inquires about Titus, he is my partner and fellow worker concerning you. Or if our brethren are inquired about, they are messengers of the churches in the glory of Christ. Therefore, show them before the churches the proof of your love and boasting on your behalf. That's 8. Let's go to 9. I'm waiting, right? So far. Oh, now it's chapter 3. Now it's chapter. Which is it? Bro, which is it? You said 7 through 9. Now you say, oh, no, a third chapter. Okay. Chapters 3, 7, 8, and 9. Oh. Oh. I tell you, man. Y'all are weird. Just weird. So let me ask the obvious question. So you're saying that they should not have pooled their money together because it would make them broke and have other churches have to send money to them. That's the bad thing. Now, you don't want to go broke to have other people have to help you. No, keep your money. That's what the verse is really saying. It's really saying that you should never have given that money away because you'll be broke and other churches will have to send your money. Because it was a hardship for them? Was it a hardship for them to send money? Bro, this guy. Elder. People, an elder. An elder is now trying to use the Bible. Hear me out. An elder is using the Bible to tell you it's a bad thing that they got rid of all their earnings and sold it so everyone could eat, because in the future, what had to happen was another church had to send them money. So formula would put you in debt. Derek, you don't look like you're anywhere close to being in debt, Derek. Let me just put it here. I don't think you could ever be in debt looking at your opulence. I don't think you can be in debt. Don't give me that crap. Just say that you're not willing to do it. You want everybody else to do it. And you're trying to find a way to make sure that you don't have that responsibility. That's what you mean to say. What you're really saying is this lady that did all those phone calls is 100% proven right here live. We didn't have to listen to her phone calls. We don't have to listen to her phone calls. You saw proof from an elder that giving to the poor is not their priority. That's other people's. We'll pay other people to take care of the poor, not us. That's crazy. That is wild. Excuse me. That is wild. Remember what I told you guys? That whenever someone shows up, it always proves the point. Remember I told you that? Remember I told you that? Remember I told you, and people say, why are you entertaining and why are you because every time it proves. Every time it proves the point. Without fail, it's proved the point. Stop calling everything the church. Stop. Stop calling everything the church. Stop calling every place the church or a church. They're not. The church has an example that they put out. When they're unwilling, you can always identify them as not the church. They're not an ill church. They're not a sick. They're just not the church. When someone tells you they're a pastor and they can't even tell you a verse, they're not a pastor. If someone says they're an elder and they cannot lead you through the Bible, verse, they're not an elder. They were given that title to make them feel important amongst men. We only have 73 people. I was part of a little church in Arkansas. And I mean little. I think we only had like 50 people. We only had 50 people at this congregation. And I think the person that had the most money was also still on welfare. Not a single soul in that congregation went hungry. Not a single one. I think Richie might even know who this church is. I forget the location, but the husband and wife used to go to Harding, and they were super small, super out in the country. So country, right? One of the guys, he had a car, and he made he lost his driver's side door. He lost his driver's side door. This man built a driver's side door out of duct tape. That's the kind of country we're talking. Duct tape. A functioning door out of duct tape. Not a soul in that church saw themselves as better than the next. Somebody needed something, you didn't have to call more than twice. Yes, Jaeger. Thank you. The Jaegers. The Jaegers were, oh my gosh, they were amazing people. Amazing people. Richie could tell you. Bob Yeager. Bob Yeager was an amazing man of God. Just hearing his name brought back a flood of memories. Bob and Joe Yeager. Bob and Joe Yeager. Joe was his wife. Joe couldn't see you hungry and not feed you. If they found out anybody in the school, anybody, doesn't matter whether they were a senior, freshman, if you were hungry and they found out you had food, you had clothes, and it was everybody in the church would get together instantaneously and just give you money to do what you got to do to get it done. They didn't wait for somebody else to do it. 50 broke people. They didn't have much to their name. Not much. They didn't wait. They didn't ask. Nobody stood to the side and say somebody else is doing it. Everybody put something together. I do remember that. I do remember that. They're both gone now. They're both gone. Both Mr. and Miss Yeager are gone now. But I have never to this day met two souls quite like them. Not anywhere I've lived, not anyone I've known. I have never met two people more sold on the type of life that Christ called the church to than those two people. I couldn't name them. And then I hear this crap. Oh, well, you know, someone else is doing it. And then, you know, someone else from a person who has. The Yeager's house wasn't even that opulent. It was just this, it was a mobile home. You know, the wood paneling kind of thing. It wasn't this big house. And the entire church, the entire body that was there never saw a person hungry, bills late, never. And now we have people, formula. Can't get them formula. Oh, we pay other people to do that. That's our ministry. We hand that off. You got 75 people in your church, Derek. 75. Every month, every sinking month, every month. I'm going to do some basic freaking math for you, since you seem too remedial to do it yourself as a man. Look, you have 75 people. $30 a month. You guys can easily come up with $2,200. Everybody just giving $30 a month to put into a pool of money. Separate, just for occasions of someone giving or needing something, but you hand it off to somebody else. And you brag about that. You brag about having the ability to have someone else do your job. A small can. Think about that. A small can. The more I think about those two individuals, Bob and Joe, the more I regret not learning more from them when they were here. I was in such a horrible spiritual state. And Bob knew. Bob knew about my struggle. Bob knew about my addiction to pornography. He knew about it. I told him about it. I felt comfortable enough telling him about it. He never judged me for it. He would encourage me to stop. He'd call me out. But he did not hold it to a place where I didn't feel I could talk to him about times that I didn't fail. I could talk to him about it. I just was not spiritually in a place where I would listen enough to stop. But I do remember that man. And I remember specifically that man and his wife and the body that they were a part of, they loved God. They did. And they were the kinds of people that would give their last dime to anybody. Anybody. It didn't matter. Anybody. Today we have excuses. Reasons why you can't. Reasons why you shouldn't. Reasons why you ought not. Reasons why you can't. Reasons why it's not feasible. You're vile. I'll say it. That's vile. That's absolutely sick. And you should in no way, shape, form, or fashion be in a leadership position. Anyone that thinks like that should not be in leadership. That's crazy. Tomorrow, I already have my program set up, but it might change. I don't know. For now, it's up. You can go check it out. Listen, we said this Sunday on our Zoom too, and thank you for Mary for bringing this up, because she brought up this exact same passage on Sunday. That the church has now become a unfortunate conglomeration of people who just do for self, and that's not how the body is built. So thank you, Mary, for that reminder. You and Olden are wonderful souls, so thank you for that reminder. So let me tell you all this in parting. If people ask you for something, give it to them. I was convicted about that some years back. And I think I've told you all stories about people and giving them lifts and money and all that stuff. You don't need to know what they're going to do with it. You don't. You don't need to give with a contention that you have to understand what the money's for. If they ask you for it, give it. Cracked out, whatever. You might think that they're going to do it, drugs with it, drink with it. You don't need to know. It's not for you to know. Your job is to give. It's not wasted. It is not wasted. It is never wasted. because you don't know. And you don't need to. Appreciate you guys. I really do. Just an update on the housing situation. We're hoping that we're another step closer to the finishing all the paperwork and seeing if they'll accept it as us as tenants. I don't know. And like I said Sunday, I did find myself worrying about it without really worrying about it. Which is the advantage of having that Zoom meeting, because we get to flesh out the place that we're in. And it's getting easier to just not stress over it. So talking about it on Sunday really helped a lot. But I'll keep you guys posted on what figures out, if anything figures out. I have to, Joyce. They're demolishing the house I'm in, so I have to get out. And we have a deadline of March. Was kind of an unexpected timeline. We're not expecting that quick of a, but it is where we are now. So yeah. So yeah, I have to. Appreciate you all you guys do, and the prayers especially, but mostly for peace of mind and not to stress. We don't know. We are looking right now. We are looking, and looking is it's tight around here. It's tight. It's an old home, Chris. The house was built in 1922. And it's on they've now rezoned the place, so it's a commercial lot, and they're trying to put up some commercial buildings. So it's an interesting time. Connie, here's my email. Just send me an email if you want information. Just email me, Connie. He is look, what? He ain't never been late yet. Never been late yet. And when I say never been late, I don't mean never been late to give me what I want. He has never been late in showing himself. In any way, shape, and form, he has never been late in showing himself. That I have no doubt that he will show himself, whether it be to the benefit or he will show himself. I can be assured of that. So I'm happy with that. Love you all, mean it. We'll catch you guys on the flip side tomorrow morning. Wisdom calls you from the streets, so please, please, please find wisdom. Peace.
Hold tight the dreams, for if dreams die.